Hello everyone, this is Luis Eme, your tourist neighbor. Now, at the moment I am in Lasnamäe, within Tallinn, Estonia. This is going to be my introductory video, even though it's not my first video because I'm already here. But I wanted to take the opportunity. It's a rainy day today. I actually have had pretty good sunny days this past 10 days I've been here. But today I wanted to show you how it actually is on a normal day, because it does get to rain a lot here in Tallinn, in Estonia. It's cool weather today. I brought a sweater just in case to be comfortable, but I didn't need it, to be honest. If it does get a little windy, it'll be a little more uncomfortable, but I should still be okay. In any case, I am Luis Eme. I wanted to give you a little introduction about who I am and what it is that I want to do. This will be my first video. I was born in the US, but I was raised in Venezuela, and you can see by my shirt from the Venezuelan Football Federation that I do like to represent my colors when I can. But as I mentioned, I was born in the US, so I was just not raised there. I have lived there many years now, but the good thing is that I share both my Latin roots and my American roots, and I am proud of both. And the purpose of my videos will be to show you different places, hopefully places around the world where most tourists wouldn't go within a city or within a country. So, when we travel, we like to go to the main attractions, the art museums and historical plazas and such, which is great. I've done that. I'll still do it. I'll still show you some of the main attractions in a place that I'll go to. But I like to do more of a local's point of view. I like to see how people live in the countries where I'm at. I like to see where they go, where they enjoy themselves. You'll see a lot of playgrounds and parks, because I have two wonderful children that I enjoy taking to places where they can burn energy and enjoy themselves like we would when we were kids. Actually, better now because they have much better playgrounds than when I was raised in Venezuela. I mean, back then we used to have a slide and 2 swings and a merry-go-round. That was the whole playground, and that entertained us for hours. Now they have these intricate monkey bars and curved slides and all this sort of wonderful additions that do to playgrounds now. But going back to my videos, so in my videos I want to show you where people go, local people go, what local prices they pay. As tourists we do tend to be overcharged a lot. And by the way, I'm sorry about the closeness to the camera. I'm trying to get the camera under the umbrella. But as I was saying, oh, by the way, look at this beautiful field of flowers behind me. And this is not something planted. It's just the wildflowers that grow here in the summer. I know I say summer, but and it's raining, but this is summer in Estonia. And by the way, I'm sure I took the wrong turn. I wanted to go to the Pirita River, which is somewhere around here. I probably have to go around another way later on, but I'll meet the river anyway, this way. But in my videos, I would like to show you what locals do. And let me start by saying, life is to be happy. Anybody who tells you otherwise, anybody who tells you you cannot be happy without them or without this or that, they're lying. You should do everything possible to be happy, as long as that happiness doesn't intrude on somebody else's happiness. Having said that, some people that depend on your happiness, well, you shouldn't be responsible for somebody else's happiness. It will be unusual that will be the case. So, I mean, sometimes you do have to cut people off if they're not letting you be happy. But life is to be happy, and I truly love traveling, meeting other people, getting lost in a country, getting lost in the streets, and yeah, this was a bad idea to bring a sweater. So getting lost in the streets and getting in uncomfortable situations with them. It doesn't matter. I don't speak Russian, which is the prevalent language in the area that I'm in Tallinn. Lasnamäe, as I mentioned, is Russian community, mostly Russian community. But of course, the majority Estonians in Estonia, it's something around 70% of Estonians, and there's only about 2.5 million Estonians in Estonia. So, unfortunately, I don't have the memory capacity to learn Estonian, because I don't have the memory capacity to learn Russian. I've tried to learn Russian for 12 years. I know a little. I cannot carry a conversation, because it takes me too long to learn a word or a sentence or an expression. It's not because I don't want to. I love the language. I love communicating with my extended family, through my wife. But unfortunately, I'm ashamed to say that. Well, I was sure to say ashamed because it's not on purpose. My brain doesn't grasp this learning so many new things for some reason. It's been going on for a couple of decades now, and I just have to live with it. So I don't want to say that I'm embarrassed, because it's just what I am, who I am. But it does make me feel bad sometimes to have my family think that, you know, I don't learn enough. I don't try hard enough to learn. But anyway, here in this area is mostly Russian speaking, and it is nice when you go to a new place to know a little bit about the language. But what I wanted to say before is continuing the point that I just digressed from. Life is to be happy. Traveling makes me happy. I've traveled a lot, and that's in part, or I have a lot to thank to my wife, who is Estonian with Russian descent. She does speak both Estonian, Russian, English, and a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Italian. But thanks to the union that we formed, we managed to travel a lot. Coming to Estonia, this is the third time I come to Estonia. I love the country, beautiful. If I could, I would move here. I mean, I could, but as a family, we're not ready for this, or we don't want this as a family. But it is a wonderful country, and from here we have done many wonderful trips within and outside the country. The first time I said this in another video, but we did take a ferry to Finland, another ferry from Helsinki in Finland to Stockholm in Sweden, and then the train to Stockholm to Norway, to Oslo. Beautiful, beautiful trip. And the last time we came, we went to Russia. It was wonderful to go to Russia. Then it's a pain in the butt to go to Russia to make all the arrangements. I don't feel the Russian people, the Russian government, want tourists in their country, or at least they make it very hard. But anyway, from here you can go easily to many countries around, and that's an opportunity that is open when you travel. And you should want to travel. You should want to see how the world lives. You know, we're all stuck in our desks and our houses and our neighborhoods, and sometimes we see people with different. They have different cultures. They have different dresses and things that we may be uncomfortable with. Once you travel and you see that this is normal over the world, and you see how wonderful the people around the world is, and the people around the world are, then it's easier. It gets easier to understand them and to enjoy their company, to share their culture and the way they live, and that's something that I have greatly enjoyed about traveling. So once again, life is to be happy, and do what makes you happy. If you don't like traveling, well, this may not be the channel for you. But at least I'm hoping that you like seeing other places and see how beautiful it is. Look, I'm just walking down a random path here near where I'm staying, and look how beautiful these woods are. You know, full of flowers in the summer, colorful flowers. This will be where I live in Florida. This will be weeds, and we'll just mow them down. Here, of course, they're encouraged to grow. It's not only here; it's also around the buildings. Also because, you know, here there's winter, there's snow, and during the winter this will be covered in snow. It will not grow again for 7 months. So I guess I encourage them to grow, and as they should. I mean, especially I'm in an area that is open fields. But in Florida, as I mentioned, yeah, this will not be like this. And so, to go back to my point, my videos will be about traveling, about being happy. If you have any negative comments, you know, keep it to yourself. I don't really care. I can take constructive criticism, but if you know, I'm here to be happy. Hopefully my videos can give you a smile every once in a while, and can interest you and can push you to take that trip. So now let's go to traveling. So first of all, when you travel, you need to prepare. First thing is you need to take the time. If you don't take the time for yourself, nobody's gonna give you. No boss of yours will say, hey, you've been without taking a vacation in 6 months or a year. Go, take 2 weeks, you know, enjoy yourself. We'll do without you. No, I never heard that. You need to take time for yourself, and you need to. Unfortunately, in the U.S., we've given very little time to ourselves. And the little time we get to ourselves is to do errands and go to a doctor and even do a second job because you don't get paid enough to live your life and to do the things you like, or even to pay your monthly bills. So, you know, take time for yourself, even if it's to do a staycation, even if it's to go out around your own place and enjoy time for yourself. So that's important. Take time for yourself, and hopefully you'll have time to travel. As I mentioned, You need to prepare to travel. Have an idea where you're going. I'm hoping to visit a lot of family and friends that have abroad. One negative aspect of the situation in Venezuela, where I was raised, is that we have so many immigrants around the world, so many expatriates that have gone all over the world looking for a better place to be than Venezuela, because I don't want to go into too many details, but in Venezuela the situation is not bad, is not good. We have a dictatorship that has gone on for over 20 years, and it has devastated the country and the way of living. Beautiful country that we have. It's still a beautiful country, but very difficult to live in, very, very difficult to enjoy for most of us. So that's the bad thing about one of the many bad things that happen and about the situation in Venezuela. One of the good things is I have plenty of family and friends that I hope will host me on my trips, and I'm hoping I can do this more often. But today this time I am in Tallinn, where my in-laws live, my wife's family live. It's a very secure country, so secure that you can see kids. I've seen them, I believe, as young as 8 years old, 7 years old probably, running around by themselves. No parents there to look after them. You see the rain is a lot less now. So let me put away my umbrella and let me do a better shot now. Okay, hopefully you can hear me well. So this time we came to Estonia, and I took 3 weeks off of work, which is difficult, I must admit, but you have to take time for yourself. Nobody's gonna give it to you. And luckily, for the past couple of years, we've barely traveled, and we have miles. I'll recommend anybody who has the opportunity that like to travel to get a credit card that'll give you miles. You use it for your regular spending, pay it off right away, so you don't pay too much interest. Well, I wouldn't say pay it off. Always leave at least less than 10%, but don't have it in zero, because then you're not actually borrowing money. It's good to have credit in America. Something I'm hoping I can touch on in another video. By the way, I'm walking through a neighborhood I never walked through. Very nice, very simple houses, simple community, but beautiful area. So, with the miles accumulated for the credit card, we pay most of the flights. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I have a Capital One Platinum credit card, I think it is. They give us good miles. As I mentioned, I haven't mentioned, but our trip is about $4,000, I think, in flights. Yeah, I think a little more than $4,000, $4,400, I believe. And I think locally we'll be able to pay most of it with our miles. The other thing about taking time is that hopefully you can take time when you need it, when it's best for you. And right now we took this summer trip in part because my son is on vacation, and my daughter, we haven't taken her to school yet. She'll go to school when we come back. But being in the U.S. During the summer for the kids, you either have to pay for a summer camp, which are the ones we saw were quite expensive, $250 a week. I know, it costs money to take care of kids, but $250 a week. We took my wife and the kids will take 6 weeks off. So 6 weeks of this would have been $1,500. And that's less than what we're paying for the flight itself. Beyond that, well, if my son would have stayed in summer camps all summer, okay, he would have had a lot of exercise, but they would have been doing the same things over and over. Going to play in the park, going to movies maybe, some sports. He can do all that here in a new country. He came here once, but he was too little to remember. So it's a different experience. I mean, soon I'm sure we will do summer camp for him. Next year, 2-3 years, who knows? But this year we had the opportunity to travel, and I'm glad we did. So take time for yourself, plan ahead. So the thing about having time is that we were able to play around with the dates that we chose to travel. It's not so much that we have time. I kind of put my job on the position that I need to take vacation. I need to do this, and I kind of forced them. But I did do it. I mean, we haven't seen our family in 3 years, and it was necessary. So I picked the dates first. I took a good 2 or 3 days to pick the dates to travel, because you need to pick what they will be cheapest, what they will be, what will be the best trip. 1 stop, 2 stops. So this type of homework you need to do. You need to prepare. You need to know where you're going, how long it's going to take you. With kids, you do need to make sure that, oh, there's a little steam coming out of my mouth now. But you do need to make sure that, to come, we chose because of price, mostly. Actually, uniquely because of price. We chose 2-stop flights. So we had to take 3 flights coming in. And we tried every possible combination, but the best way was for us to take the first 2 flights together, and the third one, because I'm traveling back before my family. So the third flight we couldn't be together. Wow, this is weird. They have a playground in the middle. This is the middle of nowhere basically, but they have it locked with a fence. I haven't seen this before. I've seen it in a much larger arrangement, within the community, but it's just a playground by itself, locked. I don't know if it's locked to make sure that the kids don't come out if you're there, but it's so small that if your kid comes out, you're leaving them as a cage, and you're going home to do something else, and you're making sure that they don't leave. But I don't know. Anyway, the when you travel with kids, they it's not easy. It's not easy, especially for your wife. I help a lot. I try to help a lot. I hope that's the way she feels. But women tend to care more or worry more about their health and how they feel and all this stuff. Again, I help with the heavy lifting and to feed him all that. But I know my wife, which is a wonderful mother and wife, she makes sure that they have food, healthy food, that we're eating, enough meals. She cares more about this. Look behind me. There's a tower. I think that's I'm sure that is the tower for the. So here they have a heating plant that runs hot water through pipes all over the city. So in the winter, the heating comes from hot water running through your heaters. that's how they keep the house warm. Even though they do have electric furnaces, electric heaters, they hold on, walking here down a path. I don't know where it's gonna lead me, but let's see. If anything, I have GPS. I can find my way home. But I think I'm going towards the river in a different direction than I would have gone otherwise. This is another path. They're building new housing there. There's a lot of construction here in Tallinn, but I don't know. Let's explore a little bit. And this is like a construction that has been going on for a while, or maybe they're just doing. Oh, maybe they're just fixing the. No, it is a new construction. I see people working on it. It looks like either a new construction or they're just fixing up the facade or some sort. But it is totally fenced in. They have a little playground here that is totally empty, just a sandlot. Yeah, but this looks like a new development here in the middle of, I wouldn't say nowhere, people do live here. And I'm sure people like living close to the river. That's why I'm looking out over there, over the edge. But anyway, there's a construction going on here. I don't wanna meddle there. I don't want people to see me as invading their territory, but anyway, from this, as you can see, there's a long walk away from the end of the city, basically. So, going back to my story. So, yeah, prepare, especially with kids. Make sure that you'll be able to manage. This time, because of the kids, we try to the layovers try to make it short. Last time when we traveled, the first time we traveled, we had a layover in Frankfurt. The first time we traveled to Tallinn, and I chose at that particular moment. I chose on purpose a layover that was about 10 to 12 hours, I think. So they gave us plenty of time to get out of the airport, walk around Frankfurt. Beautiful city, really enjoyed it. I think we did it on both ways, going there and going back. But we were without kids at that moment. This time, it wasn't going to be that easy. This time, I did have a longer layover because the way that our flights arranged, I tried to get out of I did get out of the Helsinki airport to see if there's anything around. I didn't want to go to the city center, which I've gone to before. But I didn't want to go to the city center. I wanted to go to, I'm walking down a path towards what I believe is the river. And we'll find out soon enough. But I did get out of the Helsinki airport, but as you guys who travel know, around the airports there's mostly airport stuff. Airport hangars and warehouses and administrative buildings to take care of airport business. So I walked out a little bit. I didn't have a lot of time, and I didn't see a lot to do. Actually, I think it's good because in a way, where I was in the airport, the wing of the airport that I was, it didn't seem like there was a lot of people. But when I tried to get back in, I did have to make a line. The line went real quick. And by the way, I'm sure this is not a security concern because I'm sure that people that got into Finland, they have gone through several security points, but I was able to walk back into the airport with nothing more than my boarding pass. Nobody ever asked me for my passport. And yes, by the way, I'm walking down this incline to the river, which is over there, and you can see how beautiful this greenery is. It's just weeds going around here, but this is the type of weeds that grow around here. Beautiful, love it. I was able to get out of the airport, and I did have to make a line, I think, for about 40 minutes. I wasn't too worried because I did have 3 hours to kill from one plane to the next after I got my family into their plane to come to Tallinn. But I I was able to do the queue and come back on time to my flight, and plenty of time. But anyway, I tried to walk to see around Helsinki. There was not much to do. But once again, choosing the flight is important. Choosing the right flight. I mean, sometimes the straight flight, going to a place, back and forth, 1-2 stops, no stops, maybe the best choice for you. But in any case, and back there you can see the tower of that heating plant that they have there. So yeah, choosing the right flight is important. Before you go to a place, Google a little bit about it, see what you like to visit. Look, this path took me to where they do the little camping spots, and I know people fish a lot. My in-law, my father-in-law, he loves fishing, so he'll come here, and I'm sure he has even come here before, because he goes all around and fishes. And look, there's somebody left a tarp or a sweater there. There's no dangerous animals here other than, actually, I don't know what's dangerous here. I was told there may be snakes, but I think it's a very safe place to be. This is the Pirita River. And this river, if I was to take a little boat, it will take me down, farther down, closer to where I'm staying in Lasnamäe. Now I wish I brought rubber boots to walk there to those steps right here in front of me. But you can see around a little bit of the river, down the river. The river flowing that way. It's beautiful, nice. I know my father-in-law does catch good fish here, which they eat. The river will provide. There's seasons to fish. I'm gonna add to one of my videos that I'm gonna post later the link to the Estonian fishing society of a sort that my cousin runs on Facebook. It's not for profit. He's not making money off of it. It's just to put fishermen together so they can see what they can catch here and such. I'll link that description. So I'll include a link on the description of this video. But anyway, this is a beautiful area. Now I'm gonna start heading back. This video is starting to get a little long. But anyway, before you travel, take time off. Prepare yourself for where you're going. The weather. See if it's going to be rainy, if it's going to be cold, if you're going to need jackets, boots, if there may be a chance that it will snow. Of course, you can buy these things in the places, but I don't like wasting money. So I like to spend the money that I want to spend. I don't want to be surprises. If I need snow clothes, I already bought them before. But before I travel, I would go to the store and the store that has the best deal for me, and buy it then. It may not be best, you may want to travel without clothes and then buy things here and even leave them here. Donate them. If you don't want to travel, you may save money. Instead of paying $75, which is what it cost me per luggage one way to come here, and $75 going back. We have two suitcases that need to go back and forth. Maybe you don't want to spend $150 in this, and you feel maybe you can buy some clothes here for $100, 100 euros or whatever, and donate them before you leave. Why not? There's many options. Again, depending on how many people are traveling and where you're staying, and how much you want to spend or how well you prepare. This is a very developed country, by the way. I feel Estonia, out of the former Soviet Union republics that separated, I have a list of countries that I feel came out the best. Now, I haven't gone to the other countries, but I know people and I've seen videos of other fellow vloggers, travel vloggers that have gone to those places. So I feel in my top list, I would say Estonia, Lithuania, Ukraine. Unfortunately, Ukraine, we know what's going on with Ukraine now. It's a shame. I know it was still a beautiful country, but now they're being devastated by this war on them. This attempt to annex them again in the Soviet Union, Russian Republic, whatever. It's a shame. They had done such a wonderful job, but they want to be ruled by. The Russian government wants to rule them and take control of them just for financial gain and political pride. Making of a war when you're in decline to unite your country. Whatever it is, in any case, such a shame that this is happening to them. I hope the best for Ukraine. Slava Ukraina. You can do it. We're with you. I'm glad my government is doing a lot to help. Probably not doing enough, but I know they're doing a lot. A lot in many other countries, but yeah. Anyway, Estonia, Lithuania, Ukraine in no particular order, I think came out the best out of the former Soviet Union countries, republics. And let me see. Hold on, I need to see where I'm going because I feel this road doubles back to where I was, but I didn't see the entrance. Anyway, let's see if anything I'll walk across. So, anyway, Estonia is a very developed country. You can buy all your necessities here, anything you need. So if you forget something or if you don't want to buy it, if you don't want to bring it to safe space, don't bring it. Here you can find anything. And now, and I mentioned this in a video I'm gonna post later. Now the euro-dollar parity is at its best thing since 2002, I believe. So it's a great time to come to Europe. In any way, I want to leave this video here. I hope you follow me. I hope you watch more of my videos. The other videos will not be as long, and you'll have more different things to see. But I just wanted to give you an introduction to me and to what I'm trying to do. I hope you see me again, and